All right, Audra, thank you. Our next guests are helping teens develop financial literacy skills. It comes on the heels that California got a big F on a recent national report card on financial literacy in high school. That's why California Coast Credit Union is stepping in to do something about it through their Bite of Reality financial literacy program. So we have several guests with us this morning. I'd like to introduce them. We have Cal Coast Credit Union President and CEO Todd Lane here, and joined by, and thank you as always for being
Absolutely.
here. We also have Kristina Fraijo of the City of San Diego's Youth Development Program, and Shannon Riego, like Diego, you told me, who went through the Bite of Reality program. Thank you all so much for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to show a demonstration here in just a minute. But first, Todd, tell us more really about Bite of Reality, what it's about.
So Bite of Reality is a reality-based financial education tool, and it's all loaded on our phone. It's an app-based program, and students come in, and it's typically middle school through college-age youth. They come in and they're given a persona. So they're given a job and a salary, and they're given a family, a spouse perhaps, and kids. They're given debt, so they have credit card debt, student debt, and they have to manage the rest of their life given that persona and budget their money, and they have to make purchases throughout the program. So it's an experiential-based learning program. It's not classroom-based at all, and you learn how to manage your money.
I think that's a great idea, especially when kids have all these questions about what do I do and how do I come in, you know, if I'm over budget. So the program is free then?
It's free. So it's funded by an organization called the RMJ Foundation, and credit unions in San Diego, and Cal Coast especially, does this free for City of San Diego employees and their children, for students at San Diego State, for high school students. So any youth that wants to go through this program, it's free.
Okay, sounds good. Now, we're going to get to Kristina, too. Some students from your program experienced Bite of Reality. How was that?
It was fabulous. Our summer mentoring program, which recently was initiated, we have anywhere from 57 to 75 students who participate. We had a large group of them at the Central Library, and they had an opportunity to take on these personas and come away with some very focused skills that they otherwise may not have been exposed to, at least in this type of a setting.
Now, what age range would you say that it's good for people to experience this?
I think the kids who are starting to understand that they're soon going to be on their own, managing their life, whatever direction they're moving into, are the ones that benefit the most. And Shannon, who was in high school at the time, but has now recently graduated high school and is in college, she's one of those students who I think really were able to take in a lot of the great information that was provided.
Okay, so Shannon, now that leads to you. Tell me about your experience with it, what you learned from it.
Well, what I learned was learning how to budget your money, getting off what you need instead of what you want, because you're trying to find something that's within your budget without going into debt. And I think it's a really challenging experience to have a new identity with a new finance, money, and just trying to figure out a way to save money and, you know, just learn how to save it up all the way until you're happy with your life. All
right, well, thank you. I'm sure, you know, having the experience is so valuable too, Todd, going through it.
It's great. There's multiple benefits. I think the youth don't understand what childcare costs, for instance, are, and that's one of the things that they have to purchase in this program. So they have,
it's expensive.
Oh, it's very expensive, and so it's very good for them.
All right, so let's get a taste of what Bite of Reality is like then, because we only have about a minute left.
Okay, so this is an example of one of the stations. So as I said,
this is Sarah.
This is Sarah. Yes. Every student is going to give a persona. So let's say Shannon is an architect, and Shannon's going to have a salary, but she's going to have to buy certain things throughout her life on that architect's salary, one of which is transportation.
And so you have different cars that you can pick?
Different cars. We have the most expensive car, which might be a luxury car, and then they could even buy a bus pass.
Okay.
And they have to buy a car or transportation for themselves as well as their spouse. And so Sarah's job is actually to upsell them, to try and get them to buy the highest end, spend the most money, to really break the bank, to have them not have enough money to
go over budget and see how to remedy that.
So in your case, I would recommend, since you're an architect, that you're going to want to get a luxury car. You're going to want to have something nice to take to work. you're going to have something nice to park in that parking lot with all the other architects. So I would recommend the luxury car to start, and that's where you should start with your money and then see where it goes.
Okay, all right. Hey, thank you. I mean, I know this is the abbreviated version, but you get the idea that this is something that's very valuable for people who are learning how to deal with money. And there are the details up there. This financial literacy program for teenagers, interactive, hands-on. And so where can people learn more information?
They can go to calcocu.org, and we will put on there all the Vital Reality fairs that we do, and anybody's able to go to them. They're great.
All right. Thank you so much, all of you, for coming in and giving us a little taste of that. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And it's good. Believe me, good information. I learned the hard way. All right.